Okay, number 12 says both authors acknowledge which of the following points. Now remember that passage 1 and passage 2 have very, very different ideas, right? Passage 1 is saying the earth isn't overcrowded, right? We have plenty of space, right, that we could put people in. Whereas passage 2 says, yeah, we have a lot of open space, but that space is necessary to have resources and raw materials, so we can't just like put people there. That's not just empty space, right? So let's look at what we have here. A, Earth contains a great deal of unoccupied land. Can we find evidence for that? Well, in passage 1, certain, we definitely can, because in just the second sentence, it says, certainly the world is filled with empty places, right? And so absolutely. Now in passage 2, he says that most of the empty land in the United States, for example, either grows the food essential to our well-being or supplies us with raw materials. Densely populated countries and cities can be crowded only because the rest of the world is not. So yeah, he's kind of mentioning that there are places in the world where there are no people and there's in fact a lot of open space. I'm going to keep A for now. Let's see what the other answers look like. Let's go to B. Estimates of the Earth's population are not reliable. I don't think either of them are saying that the numbers, right, the number of people is unreliable, right? That's not really the point here. So I don't think that's true. C, technology is transforming empty spaces into productive land. I don't see technology mentioned ever in either of these two passages, right? So I don't think that is the correct answer here. That's kind of out of nowhere. D, non-scientists do not appreciate the dangers of overpopulation. Well, I have no idea if the authors of passage 1 and passage 2 are scientists or are not scientists, right? They might both be scientists, right? So I can't blame the not appreciating dangers of overpopulation on being a non-scientist, because I have no idea about that, right? And it never mentioned anything about that in the passage. So I don't like D. E, Earth's population is outstripping available resources. I don't know that. I don't know that. So outstripping means, I'm guessing, like basically the Earth's population is like devastating the number of resources that we have, right? It's kind of we're going through the resources faster than we can reproduce it. And I don't actually see that in either of them. Right? The argument is more about like, is the world overpopulated or is it not? Right? And both acknowledge that there's a lot of open space. They just characterize that differently, right? Passage 1 sees that as meaning that the Earth is not that crowded, right? Because we have a lot of open space. Passage 2 is saying, no, you can't really count it like that because the open spaces are needed for other stuff like resources. So out of all these answers, I think A is your best answer. The Earth contains a great deal of unoccupied land, because both agree with that. They just disagree on kind of what that means about overpopulation or not, right? So, yeah, I think A is your best choice here.